Bethlehem, the normally bustling biblical birthplace of Jesus, resembles a ghost town this Christmas Eve, with celebrations called off due to the Israel-Hamas war. The festive lights and Christmas tree that normally decorate Manger Square are missing, as are the foreign tourists who gather each year to mark the holiday. Dozens of Palestinian security forces patrol the empty square. Gift shops have been slow to open on Christmas Eve, although a few did open their doors once the rain stopped pouring down. There are few visitors, however. Brother John Vin, a Franciscan monk from Vietnam who has lived in Jerusalem for 6 years, said, "This year, without the Christmas tree and without lights, there's just darkness." He said he always comes to Bethlehem to mark Christmas, but this year was especially sobering as he gazed at a nativity scene in Manger Square with a baby Jesus wrapped in a white shroud, symbolizing the hundreds of children killed in the fighting in Gaza. Barbed wire surrounds the scene, with gray rubble added to the spectacle reflecting none of the lights and bursts of color that normally fill the square during the Christmas season. Ala Salameh, one of the owners of Afteem Restaurant, a family-owned falafel restaurant just steps from the square, said, "We can't justify putting out a tree and celebrating as normal when some people in Gaza don't even have houses to go to." He said his restaurant was operating at about 15% of normal business and was not able to cover operating costs. Mr. Salameh estimated that even after the war ends, it will take another year for tourism to return to Bethlehem as normal. The cancellation of Christmas festivities is a severe blow to the town's economy. Tourism accounts for an estimated 70% of Bethlehem's income, almost all of that during the Christmas season. With many major airlines canceling flights to Israel, few foreigners are visiting. Local officials say around 70 hotels in Bethlehem have been forced to close, leaving thousands of people unemployed. More than 20,000 Palestinians have been killed and more than 50,000 wounded during Israel's air and ground offensive against Gaza's Hamas rulers, according to health officials there, while some 85% of the territory's 2.3 million residents have been displaced. The war was triggered by Hamas's deadly assault October 7th on southern Israel, in which militants killed about 1,200 people, most of them civilians, and took more than 240 hostages. The fighting in Gaza has also affected life in the West Bank. Since October 7th, access to Bethlehem and other Palestinian towns in the Israeli-occupied territory has been difficult, with long lines of motorists waiting to pass military checkpoints. The restrictions have also prevented tens of thousands of Palestinians from exiting the territory to work in Israel.